partnership. Today, you can build a dam with private resources, with investment coming from some of you that are present here. As long as there is a return to that investment, the private-public partnership is the solution. It brings the capacity to the state to save the money, the budget, that we can invest in building human capital, that we can invest in education, that we can invest on providing health to every citizen. So we must associate private investment to infrastructure and productive projects, making use of those dams, of those rivers, of those lake waters. Investing in them can create soil and land to produce vegetables, to produce fruits, to produce grain like sorghum, wheat, or corn. Let me tell you one fact. When we associated with the United States to trade in Mexico, many people was afraid that Mexico would not have the capacity to compete with the yields, the efficiency of the agriculture in the United States, that we would not have the technology or we would not have the machinery to be able to compete. Well, let me tell you today, Mexico provides 70%, up to 70% of all vegetables, all fruits that are consumed in the U.S. market. And this means, by far, a lot of jobs to Mexicans, because those products are labor-intensive. So we do produce wheat, corn, sorghum. We produce grain in Mexico, but only for our own consumption. We even import part of that. But those are machinery intense. They are not labor intense. So Mexico took the best part of the deal, which is to produce things that are labor intense, where we can use our labor in Mexico. In agriculture, technology today is a key issue. It's difficult for a farmer. It's difficult for people that is working the land to have access to that technology. So it is the obligation of government to bring that technology and the implementation of that technology to those producers. But there is also another best way of doing it, is again private sector technology. The Del Montes, the Conagras, the Nestles, all these food companies of the world have great technologies, pioneer in seed technology. So we must invite them to come, like is being done here. Invite them to come on the understanding that they will do business, that they will get return for their investment, that rule of law is present, and that a government that understands private investment, that is friendly to private investment, is the best formula to work. So this combination is what makes possible to really push ahead with agriculture and cattle. There is always the small farmer or producer, but we have different systems for them, like the cooperative system, like union of participants to work, but always by the hand of the state. Finally, in relation to agriculture and cattle, especially with cattle, the market for meat in the world is extensive. It's huge. And there's a lot of opportunities in it. But that cattle has to be of high quality. So having the best herds, having the best full blood associated with our native cattle, the use of technology like semen, like embryos, today speed up the process of having the high quality meat that the market demands. But no effort in agriculture or cattle will succeed if we don't have a very strong processing agribusiness sector. It's really what makes this system efficient, is what brings in the quality. So the invitation is for those who process, those who package, those who transport, those who warehouse, those who take products to the market, to be part of the system. In Mexico, in my term, we developed what we call product system. So you can open as many product systems as you want, but each one of them should contemplate putting together an advisory board for all the participants, those who produce the supplies for the farmer, who produce the grain, the seeds, who produce the fertilizers, who produce the insecticides, putting together those who do the farming or the cattle ranching, putting together those that buy wholesale, warehouse those products, putting together in that advisory board those who transport and take to the market after it is processed, putting in this board consumers so that they let us know what kind of products they want. This advisory board should session every month. One can be watermelons, one can be strawberries and berries in general, one can be sorghum, wheat, and grain, one can be mangoes or bananas or pineapples. So the whole chain has to be together with government, defining public policies, defining strategies. A lot can be spoken about agriculture and cattle production. But let me now move a little bit into housing, urban development, infrastructure. Together with farming, which provides income or jobs to people in rural areas, the most important investment to create jobs and income that can be done is housing, and it is, of course, infrastructure. Each home that is built provides 5 jobs while it's being built. And each home that is built provides a shelter for a family to educate, to love the kids in the family. So it's a virtuous thing to do. Has spiritual values, but has economic values. In Mexico, we moved from, in 6 years,